Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. I'm Yemi. This is my husband.
Hello, how you doing?
Yomi do just Yomi is like, hello, how you doing? So serious.
No, I mean just hello, how you doing? No.
So we're going to be talking about. I've not even finished introducing myself. Please, I am Yemi, a Nigerian food and lifestyle blogger. I live in Lagos and I do videos at least 3 times a week. I do recipes, vlogs, and everything lovely. So make sure you subscribe so that you get access to all my videos. Today, we are going to be talking about friendship and finances.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're doing this video is because I got an email from someone. So let me go into that email now so that I can show you what he said. It's a lengthy email. So it's just, he was like, I'm a Nigerian living abroad. I have a friend back in Nigeria that I've known since secondary school. Lately, he has been calling me to help him out financially, but recently it has escalated. A few weeks ago, he wanted me to help him towards his child's hospital bill, and I didn't give him the full money, but I gave him a bit of it. But not soon after, he asked me again to pay for the full costs, and then he did pay for the full cost. He said, now I find out later that he also asked our mutual friend for money, so I feel it's unfair for him to ask me again. The reason I gave him the extra was to do with the medical nature of the asking. Like, he will feel bad if anything happened to the child if he didn't give the guy the money. The other issue is that before all of this, he called me asking for help because of this child, and he said his child gained admission and he didn't have the funds to pay for the acceptance. I don't know, do we do acceptance? Do they pay for acceptance fee?
For what? For
like maybe university
maybe
or something.
Really,
okay, acceptance fee. So he didn't have the money for acceptance fee. Also, I didn't want to deprive the child of an education, so I gave him the money for the child.
Humanitarian here.
I gave him the money for the child, even though I've never seen this child before, never seen a picture, never known anything about this child. So I live abroad, and I have an okay job, but I am by no means a rich person. And I guess part of the reason of him asking me is because I'm single, so he feels I have disposable finances, and then because I live abroad. So my question now is, how do I go about getting this to him without being insensitive to his situation? Okay, how to let him know you can't give him more money again without being insensitive to his situation? Although I can be blunt, but I don't want to end a long-time friendship. So also, the reason why I'm treating this topic is this guy sent this email, I think, a month ago, but I was looking for the right moment to address the issue. And then recently, someone sent a message also saying she borrowed money to her cousin, and then her cousin has just stopped talking to her, like avoiding her calls, and she's still talking to other members of the family, but is not talking to this person that she's owing money. So it's all the same thing. So this one is the first guy I'm going to address this issue, or we are going to address this issue, is how to let somebody know you cannot give them money anymore, without offending them.
Without offending them, or still keeping your relationship or not.
Well, or not, because this money issue can always separate people.
Yeah, or not. You're not always going to be able to give money and maintain a relationship as before. That's not being your fault.
Yes.
That not being your fault. That being the person who you lent the money to.
True.
It's the person that, so you shouldn't really have to feel guilty.
The way I look at it is, the person that is asking for money, they've already made up their mind that I'm going to ask you for money and hopefully you're going to give it to me. Whether or not they need it for something valid is their own whatever. But to you, you have to decide, do I have this money to give to this person? Like, can I afford to give this person this money?
Is this so much of a sacrifice?
Like, if you're a billionaire, you can afford to be like, oh yeah, I'll give you money. I'll give you anything you want, like take a car, whatever. But if truly this thing is affecting you enough for you to start questioning, do you understand? Questioning, oh, stop asking me, because it's always awkward. Do you understand? Sometimes it's just always awkward. If you don't have that money, you start feeling like, they even think I have this kind of money to give. And then you start feeling guilty that if I don't give this person this money, this person will just feel like we're not good friends, or it's just always a bad feeling, like if I don't give this person, this guy is going to take it personal that I didn't give him this 500k that he asked for or something like that. So I feel there's just always that small behind the scenes drama that always takes place.
So you want to ask yourself, how painful is this pinch going to be if I give out this money and he's not going to pay me back? If you know you can spare 60,000, 50,000, or I mean, and that's another thing too. Sometimes people ask for 100,000 and you feel you're obligated to give them up to 100,000. Give them what you have. The one that won't pinch you. If the person is asking for 100,000 and you can only afford 20,000, then it's okay. You've done your part. You know, you can't give what you don't have or what you cannot afford to give.
Yes.
You know,
I think that one happened to me one time. Someone told me, please, can I borrow like, was it 250k from you? I was like, hey, this was when I was like a student or like when I was in university.
School fees.
Like the person was like, can I use your school fees and give it back to you? Like, because I was like, when do you expect me to find that kind of money? Like, I'm just a student. And then I was like, do you know what? Out of this 250k now, only 10k I get that I can give to you. And that 10k was what I can give to you. And if you don't pay me back this money, I will not go and commit suicide. Do you understand? I will not go and start crying and just being upset. So in my mind, I dashed you this money, but you requested for me to give it to you so that you can pay me back, so I'll give it to you anyways. Do you know, even that 10k till today, I've not even smelled the 10k back. The person did not even act like I gave them anything after that. Like, it was just, the money was gone. So I was like, if this was, and the person just stopped the same thing, just for ordinary 10k, just stopped picking my calls and became very distant. So I was like, so if this was my school fees, my 250k school fees that I gave to you now, what's going to happen now? I will have to go home and start explaining to my parents how I give this money to somebody else. Like, that's very stupid. Do you understand?
And I think the issue of lending and borrowing money to a friend is the perfect test of your friendship. Test the lender and it tests the lending.
Is it lending?
It's testing both of you. In a scenario where, I mean, if you're somebody you're asking for money, the lender can't afford to lend you the money, and you're not going to break your relationship. And if they do, you know, this is petty. You're like, you know what? So, that's fine. Maybe this relationship is not worth it. And then if the person can't pay you back, you know, you want to ask yourself, do you know, should I break up this relationship because this person can't pay me this amount of money? So it's a perfect test to know where both of you can find a middle ground and still maintain your friendship. On the issue of telling somebody that, you know, you're helping out, you're giving out a handout to somebody,
and you just don't want them to continue.
Tired, you're exhausted, you don't want to continue. Now, this person that came to ask you for money, this person is exercising his rights in the friendship. He's open-minded. He's come to you and he's saying, you know what, I need your help for this. I'm going, you know, a friend in need is a friend indeed. I'm going to be patronizing. I'm going to be disturbing you for money. And he's exercising his own friendship rights. And you too, you have the right to exercise your own friendship rights. You're not being a true friend if, you know,
if you can't be honest.
You can't tell them, you know, I can't afford this. This is really my situation. And as a friend, he should be understanding. You know, and it should still maintain your relationship.
I think the guy was saying in the email he can be blunt, but I don't think there's the need to be blunt.
There's no need to be blunt.
What he needs to do,
I think what he needs to do, don't wait for your friend to ask for money the next time. Call up your friend or tell him, look, I'm going to call you this evening. We need to talk. You know, and then from there you now engage. Like, how's your family doing? Exactly. You know,
how's the child? As the child enters school now?
You know, let the person be understanding of your scenario. That, oh, you know, I have these obligations. I have this and I have that. I won't be able to do this, but this is what I can do.
I can do.
If it's little, if it's nothing, you know, whatever you do, the way the message is carried
is the most important thing. And sometimes, no matter how well you carry the message, people will still take it personal. Like, some people will still be offended.
You've exercised, you know, your own part of the relationship. You've told him, no, I can't do that. If your friend comes over to your house, say you're married, and he asks for your wife, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious.
To ask for your wife.
I don't really know. I'm just please. I don't know how to tell him no. I'm just feeling, man, just get up from here. So you need to be able to. You need to be. Your money is. You know.
Your money is important, man.
It's important. You need to be able to say. You need to be able to say, look, this is what I can do. It's your right as a friend, and you also owe it to him to tell the truth. You also owe it to him to tell it in a way that it is loving. You know, that you draw him close. That even if you can't give him the money, there
you can maybe suggest.
There's some other things you can,
ways he can get the money.
Yeah, but you can also, the other things you can do, you can call, ask how he's doing. You know,
just check up on him. You know, just how's the child?
Him.
The child is still ill. You can even set up a GoFundMe account. Like, if I can't give you 10 million, do you understand? You know? Let's set up a GoFundMe account. Like, who knows? Maybe people will be able to help with this situation. Do you understand? You can suggest things like, oh, have you tried getting a loan from a bank? Like, you can suggest so many other things. Out of the
example, you know, you can tell him, look, do you want to get involved in a training program so that we can get you, you know, you can put your money into investing in a training program for him so that he can, you know, it's more self-sustainable. He can support himself.
That's if he does not have a job. Because what if he's somebody that has a job and it's just like, man, I'm just stranded. I need to pay my child's school fees. Like, guy, I don't know what I did with all my allowance and my savings. Like, I just need to borrow this money from you.
So, but that's the issue on if, you know, you're finding it hard to, you know, disclose to somebody situation concerning finances. But my advice, personally, if you're lending money to somebody that is a friend or not, ask for collateral. Nigerians don't do this.
Yeah, if somebody wants to get 20,000 from me, what collateral will I ask for?
I'll ask for your TV, your flat screen TV. No, you mean 20,000. I thought you said 200,000.
No, for 20,000. Like sometimes some of this money, they look small, but
now 20,000 is not something I would ask for a collateral.
So what would you do?
Because you know what? There's something people don't understand. Whether you decide to voluntarily or actively ask for a collateral, when you don't ask, you're still putting up a collateral there. That is your friendship.
Okay.
The person is bringing his friendship, or let me say the familiarity he has with you. He's bringing it out and he's saying, you know what, this is it. I'm putting it on the line, and in exchange, can you lend me 10,000?
Because if he doesn't give you that money back, you know that's the end of the friendship.
Yeah, it is still the collateral. He's putting the worth of your friendship online, just like he would put maybe his TV, his car, his deed for the land. It's still something very, I hope it's something very valuable. And at the end of the day, you get to look at the friendship and say, you know what, this thing really is not worth jack.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to lend you the money.
Yeah.
You understand? So whether you like it or not, you're still taking up a collateral.
You know, sometimes with Facebook now, maybe somebody just sees you and suddenly your secondary school friend is looking at you and is like, man, it looks like CCME is living life. It looks like CCME has some money. Let me just ask. Do you understand? There's some people you have not seen in a while. Like, there's really no connection apart from the fact that... I was
telling about a friend that was in the US. He had a Jeep, and he wanted to make money out of the Jeep. That's by selling it.
Yeah.
So he bought a new car, sent the Jeep back to Nigeria, and sent it to a friend, hoping that the friend would sell it for him and give him back the money. They would split it, maybe, split it, and he would give the money.
70-30 or something like that.
In the end, he called the guy, where is the car? No reply. Okay, where's the money for the car? No reply. Okay, at least drop something. Then you can do whatever you want with the car. He was willing to take 10% of what the car was worth. No reply. This was a friend that he hadn't met for up to like 15 years. But because they grew up together, they had this, their parents were family friends, they were family friends. He thought that he could still rely on a 15-year-old relationship.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
You don't know what's happened to people over the years, like how they are. Yeah. To me, I feel my personal rule is, if someone asks me for money, it's always a very awkward position, because sometimes you don't know my financial setbacks too. Do you understand? You don't know what I'm struggling with, and I'm not going to come out and tell you like, man, I'm struggling. Do you understand?
So, do you know people find it hard to tell somebody that, man, I don't get money.
Like, some
people actually will be like, yeah, sure, I have money. And they'll never borrow from somebody else
to give to you. So to me, it's always awkward. Like when somebody asks me for that kind of for money in the first place, I'm always like, this person is really depending on me to like get them out of this situation. So I always have that emotional connection to whatever they're asking for. But the rule I always follow, which has been working for me, is if somebody asks me for maybe 100,000, I give them I don't give them that 100,000 because most of the time when they ask for money, I can't even give what they're asking for. I just give them a percentage of that amount that I can let go of. That does not mean I've dashed you the money. If you are watching this video and you want to ask me more money, that does not mean I've dashed you the money. That just means that's the kind of money I can let go of. If you don't pay me back that money, you sabi.
I'll still move on with.
Do you understand? I will still pay my child's school fees. I will still pay my house rent. We're not going to fight over this, but just know that the friendship, you don't get killed like you get a civil.
That's another good thing. Sometimes the price you let go of, you have to also consider the price you're letting go of.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, the price I'm letting go of, is it a good price to put on this friendship? As to say, if she doesn't pay me this money, well, it's a good money to know that I've forgone this money to know that this relationship,
like, we can't have a serious relationship going forward.
I give my friend asks me for maybe 50 or 80 or 100,000 or 200,000, and I give him the 200,000, he doesn't pay me, he's not returning my phone calls. I'm like, well, that's a good price.
That's to show that,
knowing that we don't have any business anymore.
Like, that you can't come back again.
I would pay that money to make sure our friendship is gone. We don't have any business with that friendship anymore.
It's good to know early. But let's go into the Nollywood part of this, or the Yoruba movie part of this. I know Yomi does not watch Yoruba movies, but I've seen so many Yoruba movies where you get money from somebody borrows money from you, and then because they can't pay back, they start looking for all these juju jazz way. Like, before you see somebody is dying because they borrowed somebody money like 2 million naira, 3 million naira. Do you understand? Like, you give somebody 5 million naira and the person said they are going to pay, then they can't pay, and suddenly they just gone to one babalawo giving the babalawo 100k to your
so what do you do under those kind of circumstances?
To me, that's why I don't believe in giving big money like that. If you want big money, go to the bank. Like, those kind of big they always make me scared, like, because I'm used to Yoruba
movies. They will pin your life to that money.
I'm telling you,
you give them that money. Sometimes they won't even wait
for you to ask for the money. Like, they just like, so that it's because a dead man can't come and drag you for money now. Yeah. Do you understand? They will just finish somebody just because of a favor you did to them.
Assassins.
Like, you've seen it in movies now.
How much is an assassin will take 100,000?
It's better to pay 100,000 than to come and pay back 5 million. So it all depends on to be honest, the person you are giving this money to. But sometimes you never know how good or bad people are until that situation presents itself. Yeah. So left to me, I'm always of the opinion that give the one that you can afford to let go without drama. Do you understand? No need to start fighting. No, this is what I have, this is what I can give you, and you let it go.
What happens in a scenario now, where you honestly can't, like, you give somebody the money, and you're thinking you give the person more money than you can afford to actually.
I'm telling you.
And then you might think, oh, this is just a situation of if the person can't pay back.
Yeah.
Or if the person decides not to pay back. What happens if the person dies? I mean, I know it sounds funny. Yeah. But there are people that have died
owing money, and there's no way to get it back. What happens
now when the person now dies? What are you going to do? You're going to hold their family. You're going to hold their...
I think that's what usually happens sometimes. Is that holding their family.
But that's just unnecessary stress to people that are mourning.
Yeah.
So, just let go.
Just play it safe. If you have the money to give to your friend, like if your friend is going through tough times, because at one point or the other, a lot of us will struggle. Do you understand? That's just the reality of life. So it could be me asking for money, it could be you asking me for money. But the principle, or my principle that I always follow, is always to give the one I am safe with. Do you understand? Obviously, if I have 1 million as my life savings and you ask me for 100,000, I can try to give that to you. Do you understand? But if I have 1 million as my life savings and you're asking me for like 700,000, I'm not going to be able to give you that money. I can give you a percentage. So what's your advice to the person that sent the email?
Well, I think we've really said it all. What I would do is I would tell him, look, schedule a meeting with him.
No, but meeting, but you mean one is in Nigeria, one is abroad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A meeting on the phone.
Maybe Skype.
Not even call. Just tell him that, I'll be calling you this evening so that we can have a discussion. I want to tell you about something. He will already know. But it preps his mind. But he will already know. No. Then you now call him, you address it properly. Like, look, maybe his name is Danny, or tell him, look, I can't really meet up with these demands that, I've got this, I've got that, I've got all these commitments. And this can also apply to your pastor.
What does pastor have to do with it?
It can apply to your pastor. Sometimes you don't have money, but you feel like you're obligated to give your pastor what you can afford. He will tell you that I need money for it. Everybody needs to know that it's what you can afford. You
can give.
I met somebody at an occasion. So he called me and he said he needed some money, that I should just
like this was the first time you were seeing him.
This is the first time and the only time I had seen him. Not only the first time, the first time.
Okay,
the only
you guys
time.
exchanged numbers.
We exchanged numbers. We talked, and we're chopping it, and everything was okay. Then at the end of the day, the guy, some few weeks later, he now calls and is like, man, this holiday things are a bit hard. Can I send him some money? I did not have any money to send him.
And that must have been awkward.
And and I told him, I don't really have any. And I'm not really that close. I don't owe him an explanation. If I want, I just might as well just say, okay, and I'm not. But I just told him, I don't really have money right now. But whatever I can send, I'll try and send. And then I didn't have money. I didn't send money. And the next day, he now sends me a message that he thought he met somebody that was responsible, that was a real friend. Somebody that this was the way
emotional blackmail.
Emotional blackmail. I'm like, man, I've only known you for like
a day,
6 hours. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to throw it back on me, and I'm like, I don't really have this emotional space for this.
I think if you are giving big money, you should always have this written agreement. If it's big money, like big money, we're going to have a lawyer write us up an agreement. But if the money is big but not so big, or just any amount of money, I would like a text message kind of agreement. Kind of, not like I'll say, kind of agree, let's write agreement. No, I'm going to be like, just to be clear, I'll send as a text message. Just to be clear, you asked for 300,000. I said I can give you 100,000. You sent me your account details and I'm going to give you, just so we are clear. And then I don't expect you to call me after I send you text message. You please reply by text.
Always have it.
Yes, because sometimes you can just be like, I gave somebody 100K, I gave somebody 300K. The person did not give me back. What's the proof that I gave? Unless you have bank transfer as proof. What if even if it's bank transfer, the person can always switch it back and be like, you are owing me money, so that money that was a bank transfer was payment for the money. When you are sending bank transfer, write in reference money you asked me to borrow you. Like, always be plain, because sometimes people can be sneaky, and that's what we want to try and avoid.
Painful part, I think the most painful part of this decision, which we're not trying to address, is the people. I mean, you said previously, I think the people you least expect this from are the people that's when it hits home hard. And
it's always like betrayal,
your cousin, your brother, your sister, those close people. You always just try. It's not going to be the house help that's going to do this to you. That you're like, oh my god,
it's going to be somebody that
it's not going to even be your work colleague. It's going to be somebody you think can actually pay you back this money. Somebody that you think, your friendship is on the line, your friendship is at stake, and it's very high. You're going to be like, no, don't worry. Just take the money.
Pay me back in 3 months' time, and then 3 months' time, everybody start acting like ghosts. So that's basically what we're saying. Make sure you always have an agreement, and make sure you only give what you can truly afford to give. That's my own tip, and Yomi has shared his own tips as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope we answered the question to the guy that sent the email. I didn't want to mention his name because, of course, I don't want to give away too much information, but I hope we answered your question at the end of the day. If you guys have video requests or anything you want to send me an email or leave it in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. If you want Yomi to come back and do another video, tell him now.
No.
Tell him now. He will come back and do another video based on popular demand. So we can have our popular demand sector, our section, where people demand that Yomi comes to talk about a particular issue. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in my next video.
Bye.
Bye.